The rarest item in the game has officially been obtained. This item has been out for over a year, and only a few days ago did somebody finally get it. So let's go over the rarest items, and then finally, what is this rare item that's finally been obtained? Let's start off with the rarest skins in the game, and there's a fair few rare skins, but weirdly enough, the rarest skins are some of the most recent skins, because it seems people aren't interested in some of the recent skins Apex are releasing. Starting off, the rarest skin in the game, Laser Tagged, has an interesting backstory, because Respawn didn't announce that this skin was available, and it was only available for a few days through a weird method. Laser Tagged was leaked as an ALGS Twitch drop a few months before it came out, and most people assumed, like all of the ALGS Twitch drops before it, Respawn would announce on their Twitter and socials that this skin is earnable by watching any ALGS Twitch stream. As it later turned out though, this skin wasn't actually made for an ALGS event, it was instead made for the Apex Asia Festival, which first of all didn't have as much interest as a normal ALGS event, and also Respawn just didn't announce when this skin was obtainable as a Twitch drop. And the cherry on top of all of this is that this skin was only available for one weekend, and then the drop expired, leading literally nobody to get it. I could only find 4 images of this skin on the whole internet. First of all, when it was leaked. Second of all, when people found out the skin was available as a Twitch drop, but it had expired by the time they found out. And then the other 2 times was just people in Japan who had watched the Apex Asia Festival flexing it. This skin is apparently equipped by 0% of people. This could literally mean nobody has this skin equipped, or a very, very small amount do, like under 100 people. It's that rare that the #1 Loba fan on Twitter only found out about it after it had expired, and everybody was like, I've never heard of this skin before. The second rarest skin probably isn't that surprising to you. The second rarest skin is the Energy Transfer skin, which you could only get through a crossover between Apex and Monster Energy. And the way you got this skin is by buying 30 cans of Monster and then redeeming the codes from these cans on Monster's website. So even if you drank 30 cans of Monster, the process of redeeming this skin probably would have scared most people off, as you have to redeem 30 individual codes. And for good measure, because these skins aren't legendary, the rarest legendary skin in the game is Sears Dressed for Look skin. This also has apparently a 0% equip rate, and it was only available in the New Year's sale at the start of this year, in a bundle that cost 3,000 Apex coins. And as you can imagine, most people didn't want to pay 3,000 Apex coins for not only a mid skin, but also a skin for a legend which isn't particularly popular. Seriously, this skin just looks like an epic skin. For the rarest pose in the game, it might surprise a lot of you, and also I have the second rarest pose in game, and it was obtainable through such a weird strategy, most people didn't even know this strategy existed. The most rare pose in the game though is the Gibraltar Big Brother pose, where he does this. This is an amazing pose. A lot of you might be saying, why is this the least equipped pose in the whole game? Well, because it was once again locked behind a bundle, more specifically the Gibraltar Fallen Guardian bundle released in June 2023. This bundle wasn't too expensive, being 2,500 Apex coins, but it was released at a very unpopular time in Apex's existence, so you can understand why not many people picked it up. But the pose is really awesome. The second rarest pose is the #1 pose, which is exclusive to Mirage, and was the very first ALGS Twitch drop ever. This was when Respawn were experimenting with Apex Legends Twitch drops and had never done any before, so not many people were aware this strategy even existed, and you could get these Mirage trackers, this Mirage badge, and also this Mirage pose. This badge confuses so many people. I'm so glad I got this Twitch drop. But you had to be not only a really dedicated Apex fan, you also had to be a really dedicated Mirage fan to even bother to pick these up, which not many people are. For the rarest badges in Apex, this is often argued, and most people do think the 20 bomb is the rarest badge, or the 4K, but no, they're actually some of the most common badges in game. Well, at least the most common badges to be equipped. But when looking further into the statistics, it turns out the least equipped badge in game right now is the Devotion Mastery badge, meaning not many people are actively using the Devotion enough to get to level 25 and receive the badge. There's likely a few factors. Most people prefer other guns over the Devotion, even though it is in their care package, and also the Devotion is in the care package like I mentioned prior, which makes it harder to level up and consistently use to level up its badge. Although the rarest badge that has nothing to do with the mastery system, because trust me, there's a lot of mastery system badges in the game, is the Aftermarket Assassin badge from the Aftermarket event back in Season 6. Season 6 was a very low time for Apex. It is highly regarded as the most hated season, and the worst season, and the shortest season in the game. And the badge was pretty hard to earn. For the Aftermarket Assassin badge, you had to kill 100 enemies in flashpoint zones in Flashpoint, which required people to first of all load the LTM, and then fight in a tiny zone in the map, and then get 100 kills in this zone. It was a lot of work for a mid badge in a mid mode, in a mid season, so a lot of people just ignored it. Although I do have the bragging right of having this Aftermarket badge. Finally though, what you're all waiting for. What is this cosmetic that only one person has? Well, we briefly touched on it earlier. This cosmetic is related to the weapon mastery system, and to get this cosmetic, you need to do a lot. First of all, you need to level up every single weapon in the game to level 100, which is no small feat at all, seriously. This takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication, a lot of playing, a lot of holding your weapon out to maximize XP gain. But we're not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. Also, when leveling up weapons, you have the weapon trials, which are little challenges you have to do to keep leveling up your weapon. And some of them are fairly trivial, like knock one enemy while aiming down sights using single fire mode. 2, pretty hard, like land every round in a magazine. 2, extremely hard, like knock one enemy with a 360 no scope with the Kraber. 2, literally currently impossible, like the Havoc challenge of kill one enemy with hip fire with a turbocharger equipped, which is literally impossible because the turbocharger has been removed from the game. It's just not in the game anymore. And only after completing all of these challenges, literally there's so many which are so hard, and then leveling every single weapon up in the game to level 100, you will be rewarded with this banner frame, which lifts a trophy out of this animated hole. We once thought this was pretty much impossible because the dedication it takes to get this is insane, but it turns out a few days ago a player called UBeansXD finally achieved it, and thank you to everybody who tagged me in this post, because everyone knows I was waiting for this day, and he did it. This impossible challenge that nobody completed before him has been completed by Ubeans. Because weapon level ups are furthered by gaining XP, I would imagine a lot of this progress was sped up with the addition of revivals modes, where you can get many kills in the game, but that doesn't diminish the achievement at all. The amount of grind and dedication this must have took is insane, to say the absolute least, and I imagine this guy did have to cheat a few challenges to complete this, because honestly, waiting for the correct moment to hit a 360 no-scope with a Kraber, or Kraber somebody out the air, is just ridiculous, and I really don't expect anybody to spend months finding the perfect moment to complete one challenge. I totally understand if he cheated this. The fact this challenge took over a year to complete since it was added to the game is definitely insane, considering the amount of time some people spend on Apex. So this guy definitely has to go down in some sort of Apex history book. He did do an interview with Burno OCE, which I didn't watch because I didn't want to influence what I said in this video about him, so definitely go watch that. Plus, to be honest, I'll probably go watch it. I'll pin it in the comments, and also make sure to subscribe to keep up to date with the weird and dedicated folks of Apex's community.